When you have no mind, when the mind is empty, there's nothing, the void, emptiness, spaciousness. So you can see if the mind moves, you see clearly. And if this nothingness, emptiness is the basis, you see everything clearly as it is. Conceptually, this is easy to understand, but experientially, to have the no mind, total emptiness, is like a nirvana, a peace. I can hear the bird, I see the sunlight going through the window, the curtain. I can hear my heartbeat, I can hear my voice, I see my mind functioning. Just a few days ago, I was reading this Bodhidharma in Daisetsu's book, and there he was talking about the no mind. If the mind is disturbed, like hearing the noise, then you see the mind is moving. When you hear this noise and remain empty, that's the practice of meditation and anchoring through breathing or paying attention to the inner body sensation would help you get to the state. Except to really get to that state of no mind as the base of our functioning, living in life may not be so simple because we have the habitual pattern developed. When the noise pop up, we may respond. When the bird is singing, you may feel great. Mind cannot be grasped. That's one saying. Shin fukatok. Mind cannot be identified or gained. Which is already an accomplishment because mind is not reliable in a way. Because it can go this way or that way, jump around. And therefore, if the mind is the main character, we jump around. Mind would drive us. But if you know mind cannot be grasped by looking inside, what's going on with this mind? What's the root of it? And then when you find the root, pure stillness, and find that as the base, something happens. Peace not against the noise, but the absolute state of peace, nothingness. Then you see the mind moving much more clearly. Therefore, like a samurai warrior, not to be disturbed by the noise of the opponent movement. Or if you want to make a judgment, not disturbed by the spur of the mind movement, reacting to it. you may be able to see through all of that because it's just a mind movement. There's no entity. You can call it there's the entity of ego, but you may find that's a fake. As much as ego may have different shape, jumping this way and that way, and if you can see through that, you are mastering who you are. To know who you are, know thyself, and you may find the notion of thy will be done, the nature's way, can give you a hint or insight or wisdom so that you won't be disturbed by the noise. Fear, greediness, egocentric view may be seen clearly as they are. With that, like a third eye, to see who you are from moment to moment, being aware of your own mind movement from the stillness as the center. I thought about this by looking at myself reacting to certain event, and I questioned that. Why did I get a little disturbance instead of letting things pass by? If you live in the society which we do, our mind keep on jumping around, trying to interpret this, interpret that, what it means and what it could be, what should be, all of that. So if you can picture what's in the brain, like MRI or whatever the technique, scanning as your mind functions, and you can see graphically different parts of the brain functions, reacting, bouncing around. But if you're in alpha or theta mode, it's not so much of a functioning at the superficial part, but the deeper part is very stable. That's what I envision. And that's why many people may meditate, for those who are interested in knowing who they really are and what the whole point of living, to get to know about yourself. So Bodhidharma came from India to China and talked about meditation, stillness. People reacted in a negative fashion because the people by that time thought they had some idea of Zen or meditation, and the stillness didn't attract those. So Bodhidharma was handicapped, couldn't pass the message to those at the time. In any case, there are those historical events that some people get no attention, including Jesus Christ, I would imagine, facing the difficulties. So many of them. But in there, at the core, I can sense this acceptance, wisdom, compassion can come out of it. So no mind, stillness, nothingness. It's counterintuitive against the habitual pattern we have developed. But there's some profound awakened state we may discover and find that as the source being, state of being with nature. Thy will be done.